All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Taneytown Athletic Association meeting for March 16th, 2022. All right, so I guess we have one person here, and she is representing 3 different leagues. So Stephanie, if you want to go into your reports for each one.
Yes, ma'am. So football, we have football registrations are open. We have established our coaches. They will be Coach Devlin from
You speak up a
Runnymede.
little
Yeah,
bit,
can you-
please.
Probably not.
Or bring the mic a little bit closer to you. Yeah.
We will have Coach Devlin from Runnymede, Coach Rutter from the high school, and then we have Coach Strahosky and Coach Class for the older kids. And then we have our first open registration Saturday at the field house from 5 to 8. And that's about it for football right now. Cheer, West Carroll Cheer, just performed at Virginia Beach. Our girls won national championship. They
Congratulations.
Came in first place for their age and rank. We have 2 more comps. We have the 1 and the Masters left. So we will be done about the end of April. Softball, registration is just closed. We have 75 girls. Opening day is April 23rd. Practices will be starting late this week, early next week. And I think that's all we have for that. We are excited to be getting some new equipment down there. Lorena arranged dugouts. So everybody's excited for that. We did have West Carroll meeting last night. We have somebody contacting us looking for a cricket field. We have no open fields to offer them, but just so you know, somebody is looking for a place to play cricket.
And that's from West Carroll Rec?
They contacted us to join the rec, but we don't have a field to offer them. So we did not allow them to join at this point.
Okay.
But they are looking for a field to play on. Not that we have any extra, but just so you know that it might come your way.
I've got a question. Is the cricket season the same as baseball season? Is it, because it's kind of sort of similar?
It's actually, I don't know about baseball, it overlaps rugby almost completely, so
Okay.
spring and fall.
Oh, boy. Okay.
That's a long season.
Yeah, right.
Of wanting a field. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions regarding football, cheer, or softball? Okay. We good with that? All right, well, you're good. All right, so, all right, Lorena, do you want to go into old business and talk about
Oh,
the?
well, I've got 2 reports
Oh,
to read.
that's,
Sorry,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? That's right. You've got your 2 reports. You've got soccer and baseball.
correct.
Sorry.
Yes. That's okay. So, let's see, baseball, they are currently at 21 teams for the spring season, and that's 8 at T-ball, 7 at 8U rookies, 3 at 10U minors, 2 at 12U majors, 2 at 15U Babe Ruth, and 1 16U travel team. The total numbers are 275 kids. They are able to play T-ball and 8U rookies in-house. They've got 2 16-game schedules made up for them with 1 night of practice, 1 weeknight game, and 1 weekend game. They are currently maximizing their field space with not a lot of room for rainouts. And they said that they could really use 2 additional 4660 T-ball, 8U, 10U size fields in the coming future as their league continues to grow. They had their field maintenance weekend this weekend, the 19th and the 20th at 8 a.m. Their spring baseball season opening day is scheduled for April 2nd at 11 a.m., Field 1. That's the grandstand field. And T-ball's opening day is scheduled for April 23rd at 11 a.m. on Field 2. They will be selling beef raffle tickets, Joe Corby pizzas, and discount cards. They also have a bingo scheduled for May 7th at Pleasant Valley Fire Department. They're hoping that everything works out with all of that, and they'd like to thank the City of Taneytown, Union Bridge, and Terra Lions Club for the facilities usage and support. So that's baseball. For soccer, enrollments, 250 players are enrolled in their spring season. They've got 35 in their clinic, 90 in K to second grade, 35 in U10, which is third and fourth grades, 33 in U12, fifth and sixth grades, 21 in U14, seventh and eighth grades, 23 high school, and 12 elite players. Practices have been, they've been using the gym space at Northwest Middle School. Field practices should begin as soon as fields are playable. And the fields that are being used are at Northwest Middle, Roberts Mill. There's a slight possibility that they may need to use THS Park fields, but they doubt that. That's it for soccer's.
Okay. So an update, we didn't get any information from lacrosse this month, correct?
Right.
Okay. And also just to note, and I think an email was sent around to members regarding Eagles Elite Cheer. They haven't been a part of TAA for quite some time, over a year. They are no longer in Taneytown, do not have an active MOU with the city, so therefore they are no longer part of the Taneytown Athletic Association. And I believe all members were in agreement to that, correct? Okay, perfect. All right. Did I miss anything, Lorena?
Nope, that's
Okay.
it, I think, yeah.
So then we can go into old business now.
All right. Memorial Park expansion, the funding for the engineering for that project has been approved in the FY '23 budget. Well, I say approved, it hasn't been cut. The budget was introduced at the Monday night council meeting, and that'll be approved at the April meeting, or adopted. So we're going to be releasing the RFP for engineering services after July 1st. And hopefully we'll be able to start working with the awarded engineer this fall to get those plans going. They'll probably go in there, they'll do a site survey first and take a look at everything. We'll let them know what our needs are, what our initial or concept vision is, and then they'll get to work on it. And of course, any plans that they come up with are going to be shared with the Athletic Association, and we'll keep that communication going to see that we're addressing all of the needs as best we can and within the scope of the land that's available there. So that's all I have on that one.
Okay. And then new business, fiscal year budget, and then any TAA assistance requests?
Right.
So-
We were very fortunate to be able to budget enough to accommodate the majority of the requests for assistance. And again, that budget's going to be adopted hopefully at the April meeting. So as we get closer to July 1st, I'll be reaching out to discuss and schedule the projects. Do you want me to go over those real quick, what we've been?
I would like that
Okay,
if
sure.
possible. Yep.
So for baseball, a new scoreboard and the accompanying electricity that goes with it for Field 1 and fence repair. And just a quick note on that, all of the athletic fencing in Memorial Park needs to be repaired. It's years and years old and it just looks really bad, but that's really cost prohibitive to do it all at once. So we're just gonna have to focus on the really bad areas and then Field 1.
Section, yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna do with baseball. Softball, we're putting the dugouts in, new dugouts, that's gonna be on the 2 lower fields, so that's a total of 4 dugouts. And then softball is going to try to get the 2 dugouts up at the upper field by Roberts Mill Road and field dirt for them. So, soccer, additional lighting, they're contributing a lot of money towards that as well. So we can get that situated for them to enable more gameplay there at Roberts Mill. And that way softball will have more time at THS as well. And then football, the field house, the roof repair. I know you've had repeated leaks and patches and stuff like that. So we're gonna get in there and take a good look at that and see what we can do to really get that fixed. So that's about it.
And that was all the requests for, okay, perfect.
Oh, and I do want to note that I need the schedules from the organizations as soon as they're ready. So I know we've got a lot of events coming up, and now we're getting people asking to have their special events in the parks, so I've got to make sure I've got those schedules, so I don't
Okay,
schedule anything conflicting.
you can take that back and ask for everybody's schedule, please.
And I'll send out an email too, a reminder email.
Yeah.
It'll help, yeah.
Does anybody have any questions regarding any of that so far? All right. Any comments from anybody on the advisory board? No? No? We're good? All right. Public comments? No? All right. Well, then we'll make this pretty darn fast.
Yeah.
Our next meeting for the Athletic Association is going to be May 11th, is what I've got, at 6:30. That is it. Then we are adjourned for this meeting. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Have a good one.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. All righty. When you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay,
Formatting was all wonky.
gotcha.
I'm good.
All right, so we're gonna roll into our next one then. So here we are, Parks and Rec Advisory Board meeting, March 16th. Let's call the meeting to order now. Let's reflect the members that are in attendance, which is all of us, so thank you, everybody. Did everybody get a copy of the minutes from February 16th meeting? Okay, with all that, and if everybody, look, can I get a motion to approve the minutes as written?
So moved.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve. Is there anything to discuss on the minutes? Nothing? All right. So all in favor of approving the minutes as written, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. All opposed? No? Okay. We're unanimous. All right. No reception of delegations. All right. So Lorena, looks like you have another pack full update for us with unfinished business. If you just want to go ahead and just roll right through it, and if we have any questions, we'll ask at the end.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so update on Bollinger Park Phase 1. The county agencies are reviewing the preliminary plans that we submitted. We've received comments from Water Resources, Floodplain Management, so we're waiting for the others to kick in and send their comments. State Highway Association stated that they have no comment nor objection to approval of the plan, so I guess they're done. Which is fine.
Well, that's one thing off our
That's
list, right?
one done, yeah. So grading and sediment control is going to be the main agency that we're going to be working with. We'll have to put together a whole sediment control and erosion plan and get that signed off on and all that kind of good stuff. So they're probably still reviewing all of that. We actually have decided to release just one RFP. I don't know if you recall that I said we were going to split it out. Well, to save, I guess, time and paper, I suppose, we're just going to do one RFP with all the same technicalities and terms and conditions, but 2 bid proposal forms. So they'll still have the option to bid on, Part A, which is the site work and excavation and paving, and then Part, B or whatever too, which would be the porous pave path. So they can bid on either or both, whatever they suit. So
Okay.
we are still hoping to get that out and the project awarded so that we can start working on it sometime in August. And we got as much of the nice weather as we can. I have a feeling we're gonna have to wait until the spring for the porous paving, just because of the length of the trail and all of the clearing that that's gonna have to take, so, but that's okay. Let's see, update on various park improvements. So this is just going to be an update from last month, from previous. Roberts Mill Park, Public Works is going to begin clearing the pathway from Amicus down to the park. The county did approve it. We're still waiting for the county attorney to do that easement modification. Sometimes that takes a little while. But they said we go ahead and get in there with the bush hog or whatever and clear it, seed it, and it's good to go. So that'll be nice. Before everything really starts growing up and getting really
Yeah,
tangled.
really bad.
Yeah. We may have a Boy Scout signed up to help us with the dog park.
Yay,
I'm
that's
excited about
exciting.
that, yes. Yeah. He will need to present the project to his Eagle Scout committee, review committee, and they have to approve it before then he can proceed with us. And just to let, I guess, viewers know, some people asked, this is proposed for Roberts Mill over by the small pavilion, between the small pavilion and the trees, the woods. So I think it's going to be, from what we've looked at and what we can incorporate in, it's going to be pretty sizable. And it'll have two areas, one for small dogs, one for larger dogs.
So basically, if you're on Roberts Mill,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be to the left, past you've got the pond that if you're looking straight at, it's going to be
Mm-hmm. Right.
on the left-hand side.
Right, yes, yeah. It's going to incorporate some of the little tree plantings, the ones that have the white tubes around them. There'll be just, I guess, added features for the dogs, hopefully, they'll survive. But yeah, so we're really excited about that. And there's already interest from the community in, donations, labor, all that kind of good stuff.
Awesome.
So that'll be great. And Emmanuel, I know you had talked about the Boys and Girls Club as part of their summer program, contributing a couple of hours, so when I was speaking with the Boy Scout and his father about it, they think that they could probably get it all done with help in like 2 weeks. So that would be really nice.
awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
What was that last?
Oh, sorry, that if, with all the help and everything starting it, we could get it done in 2 weeks.
The dog park?
Yeah, all the labor and everything.
Cool.
Our Public Works guys have volunteered to use their equipment to do the post holes. So that's a big help. Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Yes. And speaking of, I'd like to thank our Public Works Department for all of the hard work that they've been putting in for us on all of the many improvements in our park. Their dedication and their skills are very much appreciated. Couldn't do it without them, for sure. So, update on capital improvement projects plan. The entire 6-year plan, that's fiscal year 22 to 28, has been drafted, and that includes all of the departments. So I'm sure there's going to be a little more fine tuning by the city manager and maybe a couple of department heads, but that hopefully will be presented to council next month. So it'll be nice to see. Yeah, and of course I'll forward that to y'all when it's ready to go before them. Update on 2022 events. I have primarily been working on the Wine, Art, and Music Festival and Memorial Day. And I'll give you a quick status on the wine festival. We currently have 34 craft vendors. We had 23 last year.
Wow.
We've got,
How many we have?
I'm sorry, 34 this year.
34?
34 this
Whoa.
year, yeah, that's pretty good. And they're still coming in, I'm still getting inquiries, so that's good. 5 food trucks and 2 dessert trucks, that's the same as last year. So for the alcohol, the beverage vendors, we have 4 wineries, 3 breweries, 2 distilleries, 1 cider, and 1 mead. And last year, we had 3 wineries, 4 breweries, 3 distilleries. I have invited 79 wineries, just wineries alone. I've gone all over the state, east, west. I've gone to PA and a little bit of Northern Virginia.
It's not easy.
It's not, and I'm starting to call them now to follow up, to make that connection, with the event planners. What I'm finding is that they can't make it, most of them can't make it because of staff shortage. When the pandemic hit, they had to let a lot of their people go, and now
And
it's
staff,
hard to get people back. I mean, and that's across the board with any
So
business.
that's what we ran into last year, I think, when it was still the pandemic, and
Yeah,
then
they were
they
just coming
halted
out of it.
operations. And now this year,
Yeah.
they can't get enough people
Right.
to continue
Exactly.
operations, so.
Either that, now the out-of-state, the PA and the Northern Virginia, some of them are just not licensed to sell in Maryland. So they don't want to get their one-day off-site permit to do it. And some of them are booked for, the local Maryland wineries are booked for Wine in the Woods. So we might want to consider going back to maybe the first Saturday in June, maybe? I know, it's hard to pick a date.
Fine tune, yeah.
Right. That's not going to conflict with something out there. So, but maybe just something to consider, I guess. We'll see how this year goes. We'll see how successful
Yeah,
it is.
we'll have
so,
to figure it out.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so,
who are 4 wineries, or,
oh gosh.
I mean, to put you on the spot?
All right. Olney, Misfit,
Okay,
Mazaroff,
okay.
and who's the other one? Harford.
Oh, really?
Harford, yeah, they're coming in from, Harford County.
Nice.
Yeah.
New ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Yes.
always good.
Yeah, definitely. You want me to just keep rolling? All right.
Well, yeah, keep on rolling. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Update on fiscal year 2023 budget. As I said in the TAA meeting, it was introduced at this past Monday's council meeting. It's up for adoption at the April meeting. There were no additional changes to the Parks and Rec budget other than the $1,200 a year stipend for the board. And just to do the math for the public, that's $240 a year for each of you. It's $20 a month.
No, it's
Yeah.
good. No.
Hey, it's something.
No,
It's a token
we-
of recognition. Might pay for gas to get here and back home. maybe,
Exactly.
Or to the event. Maybe, I don't know.
Is that a hitchhiking? Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And thanks again to Councilwoman Fuller
Yes,
for
thank
making
you.
that happen, for bringing that up and suggesting it and getting it through. So, additional miscellaneous updates. I'll be conducting playground inspections at the end of the month. We always do it fall and spring, just to make sure everything is good to go. The new porta pots are in place. Hey, yay. They're nice, actually. I've gone out and checked them out. I mean, they do look nice. And the handicap ones are easy to just get right into. Yeah, and the doors close, so that's always handy. That's nice. Yeah.
We're moving on up here.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Oh, really, we're stepping up. Extras have been brought in to Memorial, THS Park, and Roberts Mill for the sports seasons because they need those. Mowing services RFP was released on Monday. Those bids are going to be due April 15th, and that contract is going to be awarded at the May council meeting. And that's for the July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2025 period. So that's all I have for old unfinished business.
Okay.
Any
Anybody
questions?
have any questions?
Nope.
Really? You're all quiet?
I can come up with a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I know we talked last year about potentially scaling back the entertainment a little bit with the wine music festival.
Correct.
Did you have anyone booked or planned for that already?
So Dean Crawford and the Dunn's River Band has been secured for that, so they'll be playing. We did cut out the, I guess the kids' entertainment, the pony rides, petting zoo, the bounce house, all of that. So the activity is going to be on the football field with the event, and then the food trucks are going to be lined up on Park Drive. So we're going to try to keep it as simple as possible and cost-effective.
Yes. Let's hope so. Yeah. And also too, since they're reviewing Bollinger Park, I mean, is it going to change? Are we still looking at an August date, or do you think it's going to be a little bit later based off of what's going on?
It's hard to predict that. It really depends. I mean, there aren't as many county agencies or bureaus to review it as if it were, a housing development.
Right.
Or something like that.
Right.
The majority of the work is going to be grading just because we're just getting in there, we're clearing the space for the entrance, the parking lot, and then the trail through the woods.
But if
for
they had
this
more
one.
comments or wanted to find out more information, like, how does that process go? Is there like,
Yeah, a
they,
time limit?
hey, give us some more
Yeah.
information? What's the time frame that you give information and the time they respond back to that? Or
That actually depends, I think that's entailed
okay.
in the town-county agreement.
Okay, okay.
It depends. I think generally, I'm trying to think, because they give themselves a certain time limit for review of.
I just didn't want
yeah.
it to like linger.
Right.
So I guess there's a reason why there's a agreement.
Yes.
So it doesn't linger.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. And I don't want to say if it's, a month, 2 months, or, something like that. I
Didn't want our
yeah.
August date to fall into
Right.
possibly January. Or
I know. I hope
I'm
not.
hoping not. I'm
Right.
just saying, I don't know
Yes.
how long it takes, so.
Right, yes.
Okay.
I'll get that information for you.
Not a problem.
I don't know that it would be a firm answer.
And I
But-
think it's really it's gonna depend
Yeah,
on
it
what
is.
the questions are and what they're
Right.
looking for. and
Exactly.
If we have to get the engineer
Right.
information.
And
Okay.
the good thing is that, like I said, there aren't as many agencies involved, so hopefully that'll streamline it. The most time is gonna be spent with grading and sediment control, erosion control, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
All right. Anybody else has questions? All right. Then we're gonna move on. New business, how exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Easter egg hunt.
Yay, the Easter egg hunt. The eggs have arrived. We've got,
Where are you keeping them all?
when we go downstairs to exit, you'll see in the hallway, there's a stack of huge boxes, but yeah. 1,000 filled with candy, 1,000 filled with toys, 2,000 empty that we will need to fill, and 100 golden eggs. So, I do have a question about that. Do we want to put out all 100 of the golden eggs? That would be 25 in each group, in each age group, hunt area. I don't know. It does.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's way too much.
So the golden eggs, we were putting in the, I've got some freebies. I've got gift cards and coupons and such. Jody with Thunderhead gave me a box full of free game coupons that we can use. And I'm also thinking, we can put in a $1 bill into them, because to kids, that's something. Parents might take it to buy gas, but no, I'm just kidding. Or, those dollar gold coins.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of neat to hear it rattling around in there.
Yeah.
It's gold and shiny, I don't know. So what do you think then? How many do you think we should put out per group? Do you think, 10? 10?
Yeah, I think 25 is a lot.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So then we'll put out 40 total. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Curaleaf is going to have some volunteers.
Okay.
They've already got some people signed up, and I have 3 other independent volunteers. Definitely going to need the help with setting up the hunt areas and perimeters, and of course, hiding all of the eggs. Yeah. I'm going to be filling all of the eggs the last week of March if anybody wants to come in and help me.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask because I think it's like my family, like we could help with that part. I know I can't be there the actual day of, so any prep or anything that you
Yeah.
need, like I'll be able to help with that. And I know, Nate was interested in maybe helping to get some service hours or whatever.
Perfect.
So like,
Yeah.
so we can,
2,000 eggs.
yeah.
He can get some service hours, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he can.
What are we filling them with?
Well, I was gonna go and get candy at the
Okay.
dollar store. I don't know what the availability of the little toys would be. I think candy would be, I think that would be
Candy's where it's
sufficient, yeah. And we could split the 1,000 of the toy-filled eggs, between the 4 groups. But, so the majority of them will be candy, so yeah. So just go to the dollar store and pick up, or I'll call Kenny's Food Line, see if they might wanna donate some. We can fill that in,
Okay.
yeah.
Lorena, what was the total number of eggs we did last year?
1,500.
1,500 total for all groups? Okay.
For total.
I just
mhm.
remember how quick they
Yeah.
went.
I know, I know.
Some sad kids.
It
so,
was, yeah, they were finished with those hunts in like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, they were
And I think
savages.
hadn't we slated like 30 minutes per each hunt or
Yeah.
15 or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like-
it's gone.
But,
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely increased this year, for sure.
Yes, Yeah.
So I wonder if you could, so like if families wanted to do that, I wonder if you could just give some empty eggs out to families maybe to do like if Jerry can't be there with the kids or whatever, you could just give them some eggs to take home and fill and bring them back. Or something like
I don't
that,
know.
instead of,
Instead
don't
of
know.
coming in like here or whatever.
I mean, we could do
Oh,
it here,
yeah.
but I just with schedules with baseball and craziness and
Yeah, that's true.
everybody's everywhere.
Right. If we
I
do
mean,
it
but
the,
if you pick
well,
the
yeah.
night and we get everybody, I mean, I'm
Right.
sure we could knock it out or
Yeah,
something.
or we could do 2 nights, or
Yeah.
two evenings or something like that. What, like for you, what would work best? Because I mean, obviously you've got weeknight practices and such.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like, I mean, with high school, it's every day, but it's only till 5. So
okay.
we'd have the rest of the evening.
Right,
Drew doesn't have as much, so.
right. So if we did like maybe like a 5 to 6:30 time, what do you think about that? I mean, like an hour and
That
a
would
half.
work.
So if people come in a little bit later, that works
Yeah.
too. I mean, whatever. We'll just have that time
Give you
available.
enough time.
What's that?
Does that give you enough time?
And I'll be working on them too during the day as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
In
well, I was
between when
saying-
I'm work,
I mean,
other
like
work.
she said, I mean, I could take a couple boxes home
Yeah.
and bring them back, like we could, we could do it
Yeah.
at our leisure that way, like.
That's true, and that might,
If he wanted service
Yeah,
hours, then he could
right.
devote his time
Yeah.
into doing that to really get his service hours.
that's true. I think that's acceptable, I think. So I haven't gotten the candy or, anything yet to fill them, so as soon as I do, I'll reach out to you.
Okay.
I just don't know how I feel about like just opening that up to the general public, like,
No.
hey, come pick up some eggs and
No,
here's some candy, because
no, I was
that's,
I was talking about more like
yeah,
within us.
right.
If we wanted to
Yeah,
take
we
some
give you a
home.
box of eggs and a box of candy, and I can fill them while I'm
Yeah.
watching TV at night.
Yeah,
Bring them in.
Or we could just
Good to
pick a
go.
night and we all just come
Yeah.
together and whatever. It doesn't matter. I was just
But
thinking,
we can do both. I mean, we
Yeah.
can take some,
Yeah.
and then whatever we have done, bring them that
Bring 'em
night,
back,
turn them
yeah.
in, and then,
Fill the
try
rest.
to do the rest. Or,
perfect, yeah, we'll do that then. All right, I'll be in touch then with that.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
and while we're at the Easter egg hunt, did everybody look at schedules to see if they would be available to volunteer?
So what time are you thinking about setting up?
So I'm thinking 11:30. I'm gonna get there at 11:30. The hunt starts at 1. So, and with 4,000 eggs and 4 areas to stake off, I think an hour would be sufficient. So probably a noon arrival time.
So I don't know. Peyton
Okay.
has a game at 2, but I don't know about Ryan yet, so I'm up in the air. I'm
Okay.
sorry for that.
No, you're fine. Like I said, Curaleaf they've got some
Oh, that's
people
good.
signed up, and like I've got 3 other independent volunteers, people get to join the service.
Do we have a bunny?
I know.
We do not have a bunny. That's the other bit of bad news.
What?
McDaniel College has some large event that day, and the president of the college already snagged Dad for that day.
What?
so,
I saw him at the business breakfast last week, and he said,
Should've
yeah, I
tackled
could be
him.
able to do
Yeah.
it.
So he just confirmed today that that's the same day as McDaniel's event.
Sounds like that invitation
So
came in
I would
after
have done the
hours.
bunny, but I don't know that I'll be there.
All right. I need an Easter bunny then. All right. Oh my gosh, I don't think you would. I don't think.
I mean, the
She
costumes.
just suggested my husband.
The costume's not large. Like Dad was like zipped
Yes.
in that thing.
Oh,
like,
yes.
We like.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
volunteer, but
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not large. I mean, like
that day though
he's
for volunteering. For
he's
Okay.
5 feet tall, and it was
Yeah.
snug.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to rustle up an Easter bunny somewhere. Okay. Cedar Hedge is donating the flowers again this
Oh,
year, so that'll be
nice.
nice. So we'll
Okay.
have the straw bales with the flowers
Okay.
for the photo ops. And the mayor's going to MC.
Perfect.
just need,
Maybe the mayor should be
he's
the bunny.
funny.
Let Judy MC. The mayor can be the bunny.
Oh my gosh.
How tall do you think Brad is?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
maybe.
I feel like.
If you're watching, Mr. Mayor, step on up. That's a possibility. I don't know. All right.
Okay.
Well, if anybody's watching that wants to volunteer, let us know, please. Contact Lorena. You can put me down for volunteering, I guess, whatever you need me for, just touch base with me and I'll try to
Okay.
change my schedule accordingly.
Gotcha.
So that's fine.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right, so we're good with that. And then,
I'm in for some time. I don't know when yet, but
Okay. Well, just filling the eggs, helping to fill the eggs. That's gonna be the biggest thing, I think, yeah.
could be swimming in eggs.
Yes.
All right. And then discussion on adding events?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So, the Chamber of Commerce at the Business Breakfast asked me about partnering, I think it was partnering, on an old-fashioned family day at the park with old-fashioned carnival games and things like that, which I thought that was, was kind of a cute idea. Date and details are to be determined sometime this summer, because they wanted to have the ice cream, factor in there. This would be a great venue for you, Bill, for the old dudes radio players. What do you think?
I'm not sure I can get them together.
Oh, no.
We've been
Yeah.
apart too long.
Oh,
And I've talked to a couple of the guys in there, not real interested in doing it again.
yeah.
That happens. Yeah.
Like this, one of the guys said that its time has passed.
Right. Well,
But I
Okay.
can, I'll,
yeah.
I'll get a hold of them if you give me
Okay.
a.
Maybe
give
they
me
could do a swan song performance?
Yeah, if you give me a
Yeah.
date, I can
Okay, as soon as I
run it
hear.
by them and.
Yeah. Okay. I was also thinking of a car show. That's been a question that's often been posed to me. I was thinking, gosh, what if we did, tagged it onto this old-fashioned family day, like an antique car show there at the park? It'd be kind of neat. I was just contacted this morning by a representative from FSK Alumni. They want to do a car show. They've done them before at FSK in the parking lot, but they want to use Memorial Park for it. They're not sure of the date either. So I think a car show is a possibility one way or the other.
Okay.
I know that we had come up with a lot of ideas for different events, from various tournaments like horseshoe and bocce ball and things like that, to painting in the park and various things. At this point, I think I'm comfortable with the event level that we have. I don't know about y'all. If we,
Yeah.
if we want to add on some more, I think we'll have to carefully curate them, just because of the time that is obviously involved in these events.
So my next question was, with the chamber, are they going to have enough volunteers to actually assist? I know that we would partner, but I don't want you
Right.
to be the main player
Right.
in the game,
Right.
is my concern.
That's something that's gonna have to be determined.
Okay.
They just proposed the idea at the business
I
breakfast,
just
and I
wanted
said,
to
yeah.
make sure if they have enough players that
Right.
we can actually collaborate and
Yes.
have a,
Yeah,
I don't want it to be like we're collaborating and then I don't want you to
Yeah.
do a lot of work. So if there's
Yeah.
any way that we can all work together, that'd be fantastic.
yes, yeah, I think it would be a great event. It'd be fun. Yeah. Okay, so the events that we need volunteers for, Easter, which we've talked about, Earth Day, for the trash cleanup. That's gonna be Saturday, April 23rd, from 1 to 3 in all 5 parks. And then we'll have a little cookout back at Memorial afterwards as a thank you for all the volunteers. The fishing derby on May 7th, and of course, the wine festival. That's gonna be the big one. If you can only do one, just, I definitely need that one.
What's the date of the wine festival?
May 21st, sorry, yeah.
It's my anniversary.
Oh, my.
We'll be there.
Oh, no, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my, between you, your anniversary and Kelly's anniversary tonight, your dedication is
It'll be fantastic. Look
overwhelming.
at that.
Yeah, goodness.
Okay.
So I know that I could make Earth Day
Okay,
and the Derby. And then as far as the wine festival, I can help set up and tear down, but I can't be there in the
okay,
middle.
okay.
So
So the morning time, which, I mean, I'm gonna be there, what time did we get there last year? Was it 7, 6:30, 7, something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have to be there that early, I would say probably.
that I could be.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
you know, like-
Yeah,
What time is Earth Day cleanup?
1 to 3. Yeah. And that's not gonna involve a lot of setup, that's just gonna be, hey, here are your trash bags to hand out and go to whichever park you wanna go to and hand them out. So yeah, for Wine Fest in the morning, I would say 8 to 10:30. And then afterwards, cleanup, it's over at 4, so 4-ish to 5:30.
Yep.
Yeah. And we can get volunteers too. I think Curaleaf is gonna have some for us. Silver Oak may be able to bring in a crew to help. The vendors, especially with the vendors who need help setting up their tents and such.
All right, I'm telling you now, I cannot make Earth Day cleanup.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's
I said I
okay.
was gonna grill.
Yeah.
And I lied.
that's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
I'll find somebody to grill.
Please find somebody to grill. The rest of them, I will adjust accordingly to be there. So,
Okay. Anybody else who can commit at this time?
So I
or
have
do you
Wine Fest
need to-
on my calendar. I will be there that
Okay,
day.
okay.
I should maybe be able to make Earth Day too, but I'm missing an entire sports schedule, so I don't want to
Yeah.
commit until I have it.
Right.
And I have a husband who only has one usable leg right now, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to commit.
Right,
So
yeah. I know for the fishing derby, we're going to get definitely some interest from Curaleaf.
okay, good.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. Okay, good.
Yeah, and like Lorraine, like I said, I'll be available for the Easter egg hunt for that entire day. I'll try to make Earth Day as well. I know the wine festival, unfortunately, I'll be available probably until like 1, so I can definitely help with like the early setup and then
Okay.
like getting things rolling, but then kind of midday I'm gonna have to split.
yeah,
Not sure about the fishing derby, so I'll have to check back with you about that one. But
okay.
what are the hours of that, the derby?
The registration starts at 8 and then it's over at noon. So that's where we need the help, is just walking around the pond, measuring the fish. Yeah,
I'd be willing to help you out too with like, before the Derby, like getting the prizes and stuff, like.
Yeah.
If you wanna like, let me in on whatever the budget is for it, and then like, I can help pick out some of the prizes or, help you with getting some of that set up, like, that's something I can help with. I mean, between me and Nate and like, we're all avid fishermen, so like, and the kids know what they like, so, we can, like I said, we have a budget amount to work with. I can give you some ideas and stuff on, for the different prizes and stuff.
okay. I've already gotten the prizes for this year,
Oh,
so
you
I'm
got 'em all?
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, well,
gonna
because with the pandemic and the whole supply chain situation, I wanted to make sure we put in our orders early so that we'd get things well before the events. Like the wine festival, I had to get some additional, the stemless small taster glasses. The first one that I went with, which was exactly like the one we got last year, those weren't going to be arriving until middle of the year, maybe July. So I had to go with another manufacturer, same shape, glass and everything like that. But it was a little bit more expensive. But, that's just the way it is nowadays with the
Yeah.
whole situation. So, oh well.
I'm in for the wine festival. I will volunteer as a greeter for a couple hours during the day.
Okay, That sounds good. We're gonna need someone at the gate to make sure, yep, everyone going in, coming out and going back in has a wristband.
Yeah.
And so it seemed last year like there were a lot of people going up here, going in here, and it was hard to keep track to make sure, okay, who are you with? You're with the band? Okay, that kind of thing. So this year, we're gonna have tighter control on that. Luckily, just one band, so we know who the musicians are, who their guests are going to be.
Well,
and
thing
then
is, when they
and then the
show up-
vendors, yeah.
Like with the vendors and the band, you just give them a wristband.
Right, but we
Right.
need to have a list of people who are actually going to be volunteering with
Yeah,
that.
the band had like
A lot of volunteers.
30 people with
Yeah,
them.
right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit excessive.
It did, it
Yeah,
did,
we'll just need to get with
Yeah.
Brooke and just
yes,
get her to give us a list prior and
right.
have that. And same thing with our, wineries, distilleries, if there's anybody coming, whatever. Just so we know.
Exactly. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. All right. We will conquer. Are you getting any other volunteers? We're using the tents. Are we getting tents for the wine fest?
Well, for us, for the ticket
us.
lines, yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have one over the table with the glasses
Yeah.
on them.
Okay.
We'll have, it'll be the same setup as last
Same
year, some
setup.
over the
Okay.
ticketing lines. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Oh, and one note too, last year we paid Doughboys for the ATM machines. We had 3, and I think just one was used primarily.
One's fine.
And it was over $1,000. Well, we're contracted now with another vendor out of Woodstock, Maryland, called SM Vending. It's not gonna cost us a thing. They're coming, they're putting the ATM there, and we'll even get a commission off of any surcharges.
Oh, that's
that-
beautiful.
So I was just happy with it to not costing us
Congratulations on
anything.
finding that one for sure.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So that certainly helps.
I forget the company that helped us so much with the tents and stuff.
Oh, Fun Events.
Fun Events. Are they
They're already
bringing
on board.
any of their stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's gonna be the same
Of course,
setup
like
as
parking
last
and-
time.
Okay.
Yeah, attendance. There's gonna be, they're providing, of course, the stage, the tent for the stage, the 3 regular big tents, the VIP tent, all the tables and such, chairs and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I've already got them booked for Wine Fest, Family Fun Food Truck Friday, and the Harvest Festival. Yeah, already got them lined up.
Excellent. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on that so far? It's a lot. All right. And if your schedules change by any means, please send Lorena an email just to let her know what your availability or if you're totally out. So,
Yeah.
okay, so reports. Councilwoman Fuller, do you have anything for us from council?
I don't.
You don't? Another quiet month? Okay. Well, I want to say thank you so much for rooting for us and asking, at least to be recognized. We weren't expecting it, but we were. I was pleasantly surprised, so that everybody was in agreement, so thank you.
Well, we see what you guys do, and that's it, it's just recognition. Because you don't just sit here at this booth, you guys are doing all those events, and it's so appreciated.
Well, thank you. All right, well, she doesn't. All right, let's go down. Mr. Harvey, do you have any comments, discussions, anything?
No, I have nothing
You don't
to
have
add.
anything?
I have nothing to add or question at this time.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Yeah.
I'm good.
Mr. Hunt? No? All right.
I don't have anything.
Nothing. Wow, could it be that way?
Things,
Could it be that
things,
easy?
things were covered completely.
Yeah, Lorena does an excellent job. Thank goodness we have her. All right, no public comment, so there you go. Next meeting is going to be April 13th, starting at 6:30. So that's what I've got.
God.
And no further,
day.
bless you. I'll take a motion to adjourn. All right, I'll motion that. All right, I'll take a second. All right, all in favor
Aye.
of getting out of here? All right, we're done. So,
13.
we're done.